This situation just got crazier as Ja Morant was forced out of the game due to a serious injury. The Oklahoma City Thunder take advantage of that. Once down 29 points, the Thunder lead a furious second half rally to come back and win the game. One of the more heartbreaking losses in Grizzlies history. And also, it shows the Grizzlies really cannot win without Ja Morant. So all the talk of Ja Morant not being a superstar player, the Grizzlies should trade him. I think all of that, even though the Grizzlies lost tonight, it shows that that narrative should probably be flushed down the toilet by any means. But what's going on, everybody? Jared Alator with another episode of Grizzlies Digest, bringing you the latest news, injury updates, and we got a big one on everything Grizzlies related. If you find yourself here on a regular basis, whether it's in the morning, an afternoon, an evening, you get an evening jog, you're making breakfast, you're at work, you're going home, whatever it is necessary, any means, you hit that subscribe button so you never miss another upload from us. But going into the injury, it's a very serious one, and it involves the name Lu Dort, who's become a very controversial figure in the NBA this season for some of his antics. He has definitely earned the right to be a starting five player in the NBA. He's come from the bottom of the bottom. From 2019, his rise to a starting five player on the best team in the NBA, he's earned his time. He's earned everything he's got right now. But he is in the NBA headlines this season for more negative stuff than positive. And this is what Grizzly fans are going to be talking about for a while. So, you see the turnover right there. Scottie Pippen Jr. down the court. Nice bounce pass, and then Ja goes down hard. He's undercut by Lu Dort. The Grizzlies are up by 27 with 3:15 to go in the second quarter. And it just seems like after that, the energy in the building was just off. As if someone just died. It's like the building was literally preparing for a funeral. And I hate to be, that dire of the Ja Morant situation, but just to get an idea of what the building felt like pre-Ja Morant injury to post-Ja Morant injury, if you were inside the building tonight, it was a massive difference. Whether you're watching on TV or if you were in the building, the energy difference was very noticeable. And for Ja, it's like you feel bad. I mean, he's come up from the bottom from a lot of personal issues, a lot of injuries. He deserves to be the star of this team, and now he suffers a very serious injury. Don't want to speculate at all, but he was walking very tenderly, very slow. And for Game 4, his status is obviously right now up in the air. We're not going to speculate by any means, but he was walking very, very slow to the locker room, and his body looked very delicate after he got up, and thankfully he was able to get up after that, after being helped by some of his coaches and teammates. But just to get an idea of what the comeback was like, the Oklahoma City Thunder outscored the Memphis Grizzlies 74-41 after Ja Morant left the game injured. So this goes to show that the Grizzlies really cannot play without Ja Morant. Yeah, they've won plenty of games with them in the regular season, but big-time playoff games like this against the one-seed Oklahoma City Thunder, you need Ja Morant to be out there. With much respect to Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson Jr., those are your 2 and 3 guys, but you need your number 1 guy to be out there in a playoff game like that. And as for the comeback itself, we kind of, I hate to say we kind of saw this happen, but we kind of saw it coming. But like I said, the energy in the building was just really off. And the offensive execution was not as good. The pace of the offense was not as good. Some of the announcers in these past games in this series, they've been talking about how the Grizzlies are moving slow on offense, how Oklahoma City is able to set up their defense. But pre-Ja Morant injury, it seemed like the complete opposite of that. It seems like the Grizzlies were running, gutting, cutting. Ball movement was phenomenal. It just looked like a completely different offense than what we saw in games 1 and 2. Like the Grizzlies kind of moving the ball a little bit slow, and the Thunder having enough time to make switches to guard their opponent. But it seemed like Memphis, that they had no care in the world. They were playing loose, and they looked like a team that was really not going to be stopped at all, especially if Ja Morant was still out there for the whole game. So, very unfortunate. And just a little bit of the numbers. Thunder came back from 29 points to win Game 3, second biggest NBA playoff comeback since 1997. Incredible team effort tonight for the from the Oklahoma City Thunder. And yeah, they deserve their flowers, but obviously a bunch of Memphis fans are pinning Lu Dort as public enemy number 1 now. And I'm not rooting for this, but Game 4 seems like a game where it's going to get ugly. I'm not talking about the score. I'm talking about the physicality, the chippiness. I think we're going to have things really blow over in Game 4, specifically because, especially if Ja does not play, some of those players, they're going to feel something against Lu Dort, let their emotions get the best of them, and, but you got to be cool. You got to remain cool. I mean, I know Brandon Clark's not out there. I know Jalen Wells isn't out there. For Ja, if he's going to be out there, I mean, we don't know. I mean, he made a heck of an effort getting back for that Dallas game, but any regular season game, you take an injury like that, you're probably not going to play. So that's all I'll say about that. And then the Grizzlies still had a chance. Even though, yeah, they lost a 29-point lead, the momentum was completely on Oklahoma City's side. But then you get this. Zach Edey, 7'4". You're literally a foot taller than Dort. Why is your offhand in Dort's face? So they call a foul against Edey. All he has to do is just slightly tap the ball, and Pippen Jr. or Bane, they're going to get to it. But then Dort misses both of the free throws. Still a 3-point game. In the final seconds, John Conchar gets a good look at a corner 3. Came up short on that shot. And pretty much after that, Alex Caruso made an easy layup going the other way, and that was pretty much good night Irene from there. But, it's a very tough night. Nonetheless, very tough night. And usually in the world of sports broadcasting, like what we're doing right now, I wish I had, you can't really afford to be speechless or to not really give any words, and I'm trying my very best to be able to do that, but obviously very tough on a night like this. So, after the game, Tuamasi Asalo says the Ja Morant injury, quote, quite drastically changed the energy and execution, and just like what we were talking about, the energy inside the building was different. The offensive execution on the court was pretty awful after Morant went down, and it really goes to show that this narrative of how the Grizzlies should trade Ja Morant, they should pull off a Luka Doncic against Ja Morant. I think this answers this game pretty much destroys that theory. If that theory ever had any credibility, which I don't think it ever did anyway, but I think that this game proves that Ja Morant is the Memphis Grizzlies. He's the heart and soul of the Memphis Grizzlies, and he should be here to stay for the near future. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. It's a heartbreaking night for the Memphis Grizzlies inside the FedEx Forum. They lose a 29-point lead, and they have possibly lost their superstar player for the rest of the season, which might be just one more game. Jared Alatorre here for Grizzlies Digest. Leave a comment down below on a couple of things. If you believe the foul was a dirty one, should Lu Dort have been thrown out of the game? A lot of Grizzlies fans think so. Just let it all out. What's the Grizzlies' plan for Game 4? Does Ja go? Does he not go? And what's the plan for if he does not go, or if there even is a plan at all? But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Jared Alator from Grizzlies Digest. We'll see you in the next video. And, of course, peace.